All righty. I think we are live. Let me just triple check. Let me just triple double check to make sure that we are live here. Hey guys, come on in, come on in. I'm super excited. Come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Um, welcome, everyone. If you're tuning in on YouTube, if you're tuning in on Facebook, if you're tuning in for my business page, welcome. Come on in here, baby, because it is Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go live every Monday doing a training in helping our women in finance increase their earning power and also build their credibility, their community, and their cash flow. So come on in tonight, y'all. I want to go ahead and make sure that y'all get the gym. I want to make sure you guys get the gym. So if you know there's somebody that need to hear this, if you know that there's somebody that need to be a part of this, let me test my system, making sure everything is good. Cause y'all know Facebook sometimes be tripping, y'all. Y'all know how Facebook be, so I have to make sure I do make sure that Facebook be tripping. So I had to test Facebook to make sure we good to go there. All righty. We are good to go. Give me a one in the chat to make sure that you can hear me. Look at y'all. Y'all ready. Give me a one in the chat to make sure that you can hear me and that we are good to go. I love it. Come on in. We're about to head in here. Listen, if you're just joining me live, thank you so much. We're talking about the insurance professor. That's what we call her, the insurance professor that went from $1,000 months to $1,000 weeks and counting. And we want to thank you all. I'm super excited. And if you're not in my group, please make sure that you are, if you're on YouTube and you're tuning in, or if you're on my business page, go to joinsherri.com. Very simple, joinsherri.com. That's all you got to do is go to joinsherri.com. Miss you guys too. Y'all, tonight is on and popping. We have the amazing Tanya, Scott, that's going to come in here, and we're going to talk to her. But right before Tanya come in, the reason I wanted to do this interview, y'all, is because I wanted to get this opportunity to talk with you guys about we're in 2023 and we need to learn how to maximize, and we need to learn how to attract that abundance, and we need to learn how to not just use strategy, because I truly believe that your 6 and 7 figures is not going to be based on strategy. It's going to be based on what your belief system and your spirituality is. If you know how to tap into some spirituality and get rid of those limited beliefs, you're going to be able to see the revenue that you desire. And that's my objective. Now, all right, we're about to jump on in. Tag your business bestie that need to come into this interview, because y'all hear me every Monday, but I don't take my word for the stuff I be saying. I want to bring other people in. Let me just go ahead and check to make sure that my Facebook group is good to go. I think some of y'all are tuning in from the group too. So that's awesome. While we're doing that, please go ahead and tag your business bestie that supposed to be getting these gems tonight. Supposed to be getting these gems tonight. All right, so I think we're good inside of the group. Hello. Come on in. Hey, Cynthia, how you doing? Hey, Tara, how you doing? Come on in. Hey, Nancy, how are you? All right. So tonight, the amazing, the beautiful, the wonderful Miss Tanya Scott. All right, I'm gonna butcher her name. Pitchler is coming up here today. I'm butcher her name, but the reason I want y'all to talk, I want y'all to see the beautiful Tanya, because Tanya has worked with me for a while. That she's going on to her second year. She worked with me for a year. She's going on to her second year in her business. And hey, Jasmine, how you doing, beautiful? So I wanted you to kind of get an interview with Tanya about how she was able to move from $100,000 months to $100,000 weeks and $500 days, baby. Who want to know that? Give me a 3 in the chat if you're ready for Miss Tanya. Give me a 3 in the chat to make sure that you're ready. If you know a insurance professional, financial professional, anyone in this field that need to be hearing this right now, go ahead and tag. Share the good. Go, Tanya. Yes. So I'm going to bring, thank you. I'm going to bring her up here, y'all. I just got back. Before I bring Tanya up, I just got back from Arizona. So shout out to Cody. I spoke at their 1% conference in Arizona, and it was like the 1% agency owners that was in the building. And what I was like talking about, building your audience. That was anywhere I go, I talk about the same thing. So we're gonna bring Tanya in because this is gonna be amazing. Tanya, come on in, boo. I'm gonna have you come on in, Queen. Hey, Tanya, how you doing, gorgeous?
Hi, Sherri. How are you tonight?
I
I,
am wonderful.
I
You know I'm always on fire on Monday nights. Well, I think that's every
yes,
night.
that's every night, and that's on Wednesday. And we have to just love your energy.
I
Your
love it.
energy
I
is
love it.
so good, and it keeps us going week after week and day after day.
So listen, I know you, but the audience who are viewing, we got 15 people on right now, 16 and counting. Tell us about who you are. Who's Tanya in your own words?
Hi, I am Tanya Scott Pilcher. I am the insurance professor. And as the insurance professor, I like working with women who are overworked and undervalued and willing and wanting to get into this insurance industry. Yes, this financial space. And there is one hurdle that you have to get over when you come into this industry, and that is pass that darn exam. So, that's what I do. I help and make sure that you pass the exam the very first time. And so I'm known as now the insurance professor, and we are out here crushing that insurance exam. Yay!
I
I
love
got
it. I love it. I love it. Because I get people in the group all the time say, I'm just starting now. I'm thinking about going to insurance. I'm like, okay, this is not the group for you. You need to go to Tanya's group. That's
yeah.
the group for you. This is not the group for you. You have to at least pass the exam before you get the value in the group. Ain't no good we give you all these good values if you can't do anything with it. All right, Tanya. So now that we know who you are and what you do, how long have you been in the insurance space?
I've been in the insurance space since 2008.
Since
So,
2008. Okay, so we've been working together for a
years.
year, going on almost 2 years now. Okay, so you've been in it since 2008. So I want to ask you a question, Tanya, because when it comes to creating consistent clients and creating happy clients, are what challenge you had starting out, back from 2008 versus where you are now? Let's go back a little bit. Let's not talk about the present. Let's go back a little bit. What are some challenges that you think you were faced with when you were starting in this insurance industry?
Hey, I am just like everyone else at that time. We are all looking for someone to talk to make some money. And so what do you think we're supposed to do? And what we're told out there is go get some leads or go and buy some leads. Well, leads are expensive, Sherri. And then what we find out later on is that it's really about a relationship. And so if you don't have a relationship, then those leads and those people that you sold are going to just jump off of your book because they have no relationship with you. So at the beginning for me, I turned insurance into an education for my clients. And once I started educating, and I'm gonna even use a deeper word, I turned it into a ministry. And
Mm.
so that's where my success came at the very beginning. So I
Hold
came
up,
to
hold
this.
up. When you
Yep.
start so good, I gotta stop you. Put ministry in the chat, y'all. Because first of all, Tanya did not and I did not have any conversation about what question I was going to ask you before this. So let me be clear. So put ministry in this chat because I don't want y'all to miss that. Tanya says she changed her model, her business model, into educating them in a ministry. Keyword. Thank you, Nancy. Ministry. Thank you, Cheryl. Ministry. Don't miss that because I made a post today, and I think yesterday, that instead of chasing commission, you should start chasing your mission, right? And that mission is your purpose and your ministry. Oh my God, I want to do a whole masterclass on this ministry. So wanted to tell me about let's dissect for the people. Get clear on what what challenge, what specific challenge you think you're challenged with? Because I know some people may be at the same spot where you were. We wanted to help them out right now. What name some specific challenges that you had before you discover that you need to be marketing from a ministry? Before you discover that, what are some headaches and challenges? Girl, I want to be telling your business, so you do. Tell it for me.
Okay, let's see. So from the beginning, you were looking for customers. You didn't know what to do. You really felt like you had to know all about the product before you went out and sold. You didn't have anyone to teach you anything. You had to learn. I got into the Medicare industry first, and the Medicare industry was very compliant, or is very compliant. And I didn't know what I was doing, Sherri. And I just kind of, you know, oh gosh, I had so many other things going on. But um, the main thing is you're always trying to figure out, how are you going to make some money? How are you going to make this thing work for you? So am I going to go and knock on doors? That's what people were telling you to do in order to make money. I didn't have time for that. I was a brand new mom to my to my second child at that time. So I didn't have the time to really be out in the street working all types of day. Um, uh, I no longer had a full-time job, so I had to make this one work no matter what, Sherri.
Mm.
So um, when you get into insurance or get into the financial industry, you really need a path. And I didn't have one. So when I finally, no, I don't want to go there yet. So some of my challenges were time. I didn't have any time. I didn't have any type of income to be able to say didn't have any freedom. I had to get out there and make whatever I was going to do happen, no matter what.
Ooh.
And I didn't have anyone to really work with me on getting that done. Not at the very beginning. Okay.
How many of y'all are at this space of what she just said? Give me a 5. Yeah, girl, you're talking to me. Give me a 5 in the chat. Like you don't have any time, you don't have a path, you don't have a clear path. Your mindset tell you that you need to know all the products before you go out there and say something, or to write a post about life insurance. How many of y'all are feeling the same way? Just where Tanya was, where like, give me a 5 in the chat. I got some 5 coming in. Like, I don't really have a path. I don't know where to start. I feel I'm overwhelmed. How many of y'all feel that way? Okay, good. I have some 5s. Lisa says 5. Tara says 5. All these 5s are coming in, and I love it. The reason I wanted to show you guys that is because I want to let you know that you're not alone. I want to let you know that, because people always talk about their wins, but they never talk about the hard struggle, right? So rock bottom is a requirement for mountaintop. Quote that. Rock bottom is a requirement for mountaintop. Mountaintop, right? We always want to talk about the mountaintop, but we got to get to the rock bottom part first, right? And we all have. I remember being in this industry myself and saying, I got to do what? When do I have time for my child, or when do I have time? And I know one of your biggest thing was, Tanya, is like, I don't know all the tech stuff, all the tech. That was one of her biggest thing, like too much technology. I don't know all the tech stuff, any excuses that you had. So any excuses that you can think of, Tanya had it, right? Or anything you can think of. But one thing I would say, rock bottom is a requirement for mountaintop. So when you're saying about going out there and door knocking and cold calling, we're not saying, let's be clear, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work for a woman's schedule. Let's be clear on that. It just doesn't work for a woman's schedule who's a mom, who's a wife, who got to cook dinner, who got to cook, got all the different obligations and things that they have to take care of. So I know what you're saying, Tanya, because I've been in that space. So those challenges. Now let me say this. Okay, so you are faced with the time challenge. You are faced with a freedom challenge. You're faced with, I'm not going to put myself out there, because you weren't even using social media. Let's be clear on that.
Oh.
Am I allowed to tell? Am I allowed to tell?
Oh, so you want me to talk about now? So you want me to talk about? Now, so since I started working with you, okay, so
Oh no, 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 hold on. But am I
oh,
allowed to tell? Because I want to tell the truth, baby. I want to make sure these folks know, right? Because I don't want them to see your wins and think, oh my God, it's her. It's happened to her. It doesn't happen to me. They don't know the fight that I had to go through with you using social media. Even like she like literally like against using it, right? Go ahead, Tony. I thought you were gonna say something.
yeah, totally, totally, totally. And you care too much about what somebody else is going to say. That's what the problem was. So it wasn't really about going on social media. You were thinking, hey, if I get on social media, then someone's going to see me and I'm not going to look right, or I'm not going to say something right, or really, do I know what I'm about to say, or am I confident enough to blah, 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 and no,
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't get out.
One more. Give me a 6 in the chat if you're feeling her on that one. Like you're supposed to be using a digital space and you've seen it work for other people, but you are concerned of what others, as in family member, friends, and other people is gonna say when you put yourself out there. It's not necessarily, somebody can get girl, somebody gave us a 6666666. Oh, come through 66666. Yes. You know that it works. There's no doubt about it. Cynthia gave us a 66666. Oh Lord, at least we give us a 6. So you're not saying it doesn't work. You're just saying that you're afraid of what your coworkers, your friends, your mama, everybody, and all of them. So Tanya, if you have those challenging time challenge, freedom challenge, you don't want to use social media because you feel like you're not confident enough in what you're doing, and you don't think you know the products enough. How did you overcome all those challenges? Because I want them to hear this, because there are people right now in the audience that are going through the same thing, right? They have a policy, they have an insurance license that would generate, this is a $1 billion industry, but they're afraid there's something stopping and putting themselves out there. How did you get over all of those challenges and those limited beliefs that you just named?
I had to start believing in me. I
Mm.
had to change my mindset. I was listening to everything Sherri said to do, and I did not do anything. Or I won't say I didn't do anything. I may have done it one time. And okay, but she said, go live, 5 times in a week. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So I fought and I fought, but I finally decided that I can do this. I finally decided that I was going to listen to what Sherri said to do. I watched Sherri do this in our face every every week come live, and it was just being authentic. That's the words that she kept using. Just be you. Just you know in order for you to do this, then you're going to have to go live. I have a license for the entire state. When you have a license, it's for the entire state that you're in, but you only think that you can use this license to sell to your friends. No, we got to be able to expand our reach. And I started really believing that I could help people.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for me to help someone, then I needed to do what Sherri told me to do. I needed to step out of my own way. I need to get out of my way because I was the only one stopping me.
Ooh, I love that. I want to dive deep in there. You said, let's go back a little bit because I want to make sure y'all get your Diva notebook, your diamond pen. You said to me, you shifted in trying to educate to actually making this a ministry, right?
Yeah,
I love that. And I always say, making it a mission. I don't chase commission. I chase the mission.
the
So,
mission.
I love what you said about making this a ministry. I want you to stay there for me right now, because one of the things we know, that the power of building an audience, right? We know the power of building a custom audience that has your people that has your target market inside of that custom audience, we know that's the strategy. There's no question the strategy works. There's no question. You're living proof. There's other people in the group that are living proof that it works. Now, so it's not this strategy. I believe that what I deal with when a new client come into our Joyful Tribe Builder Academy, I'm dealing with the first 30 or 60 days, mindset, their mindset, their limited belief mindset. So it's getting out of their own way. And something you said, Tanya, which I want you to touch on. How many of y'all are struggling with that right now? Y'all know y'all need to do something, but y'all are having your own limited belief, and that's stopping you from seeing the revenue and making an impact that you necessarily make. Something you said to me, Tanya, you says, if I'm your guide, why are you not trusting me? Something in that nature, like, you're the one that's guiding me, and if I don't believe, then why would I have you if I'm not going to do what you say? Something, and I'm like, wow. Do you remember that?
I do. So
when you reach your limit, when I got a call from you, like, hey, I have $500 a day, $100,000 a week. Whatever. I'm like, whoa, hold up, 6 weeks straight, and I don't, and it's probably went on. Right? So let's go ahead and talk money for a little bit, because we want to show them that we ain't playing about the money part, right? So but before we get so juicy in the money, you tell them about it. It's like a pastor saying, this is the way to go to God. And you're saying, yeah, but I'm gonna do this. My pastor was talking about this the other day. He says, you have a fisherman guiding you on where to fish because he has years of expertise. But you're like, nah, I'm gonna throw my rod over here. And the fisherman is telling you, no, throw it over here. Like, nah, but I saw some fish rolling over here. And it's not trusting. Can we talk a little bit about that? Because there's some people probably who's having a hard time trusting the process, hounding on the process. So let's talk about that when it comes to following the model.
Everything is laid out for us. Sherri's laid out everything. And if we just close our eyes,
she said, close our eyes,
and just walk in faith, just do it. You may not know what direction you're going in. You may not know if it's the right direction for you at the moment, but when you do it, something just happens. It's just like when you pray and then all of a sudden God answers and you're like, ah! That is exactly what happens. It is exactly what happens. You like, I could not believe that he answered my prayer. Sherri's laid out something. You just
hold up. But he been answer your prayer, Tanya.
Yes.
He been answer that prayer, but you just decided
I'm going to do it this way. Or I'm going to do it this way. And I'm going to shake over on this side and not, just do it right here this way, like you said. So I tried first, okay, I don't need to be on social media like that. I just need to put some posts up. That's all. I'm just going to put a bunch of posts up, And then one day she said, well, why don't you just videotape and then put the videos up instead of going live? I was like, oh, okay, that'll work. It took me 3 months to put a video up. 3 months to record myself and put a video up. Okay. 3 months. Then now you guys y'all gotta also know that I do a show every Friday talking to people on the air, just kind of like this right now. But for me to just stand out by myself, I do a show with some other folks and just to come and say, hi, I'm Tanya, the insurance professor, and I can help you pass the exam. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, yes, I can do. And I can do. And let me tell you how. A, do this. A, have app. You got to change your attitude. B, you got to believe in yourself. And C, you got to have the confidence. If you have the confidence and the commitment, it will equal the cash flow. What? I didn't say that. Did I say that today? Oh my gosh. I have just started doing this in the last 6 weeks. I have been just started doing this in the last 6 weeks, and it has made a difference in the people that I'm talking to, and also in my own personal life and own personal funds that are coming in to change things. And it's just like, oh God, thank
When
you.
when did you realize your revenue is like, okay, my revenue is a little different now? Like, when did you realize that? Hold up now.
When did
Hold
I
up.
call you? I called you what, a week ago, last week or something. I was just kind of sitting, and because again, through this group, I learned to separate my funds from my personal business. I separate my personal business from my regular account. And once I started separating, then now you can actually see. And so I went through and I was like, whoa, how did I get this much money in here? And I was like, whoa, I had a $500 day there. Okay, wait a minute. Wait. So I text Sherri and I was like, I've had $1,000 weeks. Sherri, can you believe it? And I just kind of like, I'm not going to tell her. And she's going to tell me to post it in the group. So I went on and posted it in the group. And I just could not believe that that's what was going on. And because you said what? Start a group,
Mm-hmm.
create your group, create your audience. I created my audience at the beginning of 2 months ago. So that's not even 6 weeks. This has been going on, and the group is only 2 months old, 8 weeks old.
So let's look at this, because when they said $1,000 weeks, they're thinking, oh, good,
And that
$1,000 weeks.
out
But
loud.
let's talk about how often it kept going on and on and on. You're like, hold on, $1,000 week, second week, $1,000 week,
Yeah.
third week. So you started making what you're making in a month once you decide and believe. So go ahead and explain to them, like they're thinking, oh, it's 1,000. No, it kept happening. Then you ask God. I know you were telling me that you asked, said, God, if I make a $500 days, I can. If I'm making $1,000 a week, I can have $500 days. Because you went from months to week to so we gotta understand that, guy. Like it was to the point where she like, hold on, every week this is happening. So go ahead.
Sherri. So when you sit down and you kind of look at what was happening, so you have people that's joining your group and you're talking to those people. That's where you feel comfortable, because on the outside, and I just realized this, and I'm saying things that I'm just realizing. I'm saying this tonight. Whatever I'm saying tonight, some of this is just high insights 2020. Okay.
Okay,
So
stop for a second right there. I love you say that, because when people start winning, you hear about it for like 5, 6, 7, and you're like, no, that strategy don't work. Here is an example of someone that's talking to y'all that finally decided to get out her own way and decided to do the model. And it was not even a model, because the model worked. Again, it was how my question for everyone who's listening: how long is it going to take you to get out your way and start showing up for the people that you're called to show up for? Because the wins that she had, she could have had it the year before. And I put a quote inside of the Facebook group that says, as long as you approach money from a place of lack and scarcity, you're inviting it to go away quickly. Let me say that again. As long as you approach money from a place of lack and scarcity, you're inviting it to go away quickly. And let me say what I mean by that. I really want you to get this. This is an example. This is an example of when, like, you're busy. You say, I want to hire a social media person to manage my social media management, but you want the cheapest person, right? When money is a reason why you make a decision. Oh my goodness, I'll need to get the cheapest deal. So I need to get a social media manager with the cheapest. That's how you identify if you have a money issue. If you have a money, I need to do a whole class on this. Y'all put master class in this in case I need to show you how about y'all sales. Put master class in the comments, because oh my God, Tanya, you got me all stirred up now. The problem is the problem that you're facing is you're saying, listen what you're saying to yourself. I want the cheapest thing. So you're valuing yourself at that level. That's where you're valuing yourself at that level. I want the cheapest thing. So every time you make a decision based on money, they make a decision based on it works for other people. It's not going to work for me. I'm too busy. You find it, you are literally having that place of lack, and you're inviting money to go away just from your belief system and your thoughts. Y'all, this is not even about the model. This is about how do we take back our mindset of when we were a child, and that child on a couch and said, I'm going to jump off the couch. And the mother run and grab that child because you know that child going to jump off the couch. That's how we were. But somewhere along the line, we allow adversities and TVs and social media to get in our way from taking a step. But here's Tanya saying, listen, all right, I'm going to create this group 6 weeks ago. And every week she had, and let's be clear. I think Tanya's going to say, Tanya, is this just, what about the commissions that you have coming in? This is separate, right?
Yeah, that's separate.
Tell them this part because they're like, oh, you make $1,000, ain't nothing. But they don't realize this is separate. This is not even a commission and other stuff. Oh Lord Jesus,
no, this is totally different. This is just following the model. So this is just creating my audience, being in the audience where I am happy. I have value. I have something to give. And so I had to make sure I found that, because I was always on the outside of my group. I may have been talking about insurance. I may have been talking to my classmates who are going to be retiring in the next few years. And I may have been talking about, some things in Medicare. That's not where I was good. I won't say I wasn't good at it, but I wasn't where I was talking to an audience of people I wanted to really help, And so this is the place that allows me to make sure that women get into this industry, because we are the ones that are the nurturers, right? And so we can help people more so than anybody else. We've helped every man, every child, every we the ones, right? So how can we get more women into the financial industry? And that hurdle, that fear that we have of passing the exam. So to erase that fear. So I have to erase my own fears first in order to
listen. Every time you talk, you just kind of spice me up, because sometimes we need to take our own advice, right? So you're talking about the ABCs, right? And then you're looking at ABCs and say, hold up. The confidence, all the stuff are amplified, all the things you're telling me, I'm telling my clients to do, I need to start doing it for myself. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm trying to say, Tanya. Like, your clients are not showing up because you're not showing up.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, so we're talking about Tanya. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the amazing Tanya, the insurance professor, who went from $1,000 months to $1,000 weeks, and even $500 days. We're talking to her, and this is not even her commission, because a few weeks prior, Tanya called me and said, hey, I just closed a 500K IUL, and I just closed another 200K IUL on the same time. So we're not even talking about just winning on one end. Is that her residual incomes is coming in, but it did not start coming in until she started getting out her way. Not just showing up, because you can't show up until you get rid of some limited beliefs. So which drive me to our next question for you, Tanya. In trusting the process, there's some limited beliefs that you had to get rid of, right? What was some limited belief for yourself, if you want to be transparent, that you had to get rid of in order to start seeing the revenue that you're seeing now? Now you're seeing revenue that you didn't want to see in 2008 when you said you first started. So what are some limited beliefs? Because some people may have those limited beliefs right now that is holding them back. What are some limited beliefs that you believe that you had to really work on in order to get to the place that you're in right now?
I just didn't believe I could actually do it. You have people that Uh, you have me. People that don't follow exactly what you say do after they're in the class and then they don't pass the test, and you take that on as it's your fault. And it's not your fault, you know? But I took on their failures, and but they didn't do what I said to do. Like I didn't do what Sherri said for me to do. So so I had to believe that I could do it. That was number one. um my I had to see the numbers of people passing the exam go up. And it was happening, and it never was down. It was just that when you start focusing on one or two people failing the test out of the class, you take on that like it's the whole world that has just failed the class. So
Okay, so stop right there. I gotta stop you again. All right. So are you a thermometer or you're a thermostat, right? So a thermometer, right? You put a little thermometer in, and if the place is hot, if the water is hot, it's show that it's hot. If it's water is cold, it show that it's cold. So the thermometer is adjusting to the environment. The thermostat sets the environment, right?
Yes.
Set the environment. So what Tanya is saying, and I want y'all to comment right now. I want y'all to be honest with me in the chat. Are you a thermostat or you're a thermometer? Right? Because what happened is based on the environment, based on the place that the people that's in your ecosystem, you adjust to sad, happy, up, down, emotional roller coaster. But instead of you being able to, you set the atmosphere when you walk in, or when my clients call me with the limited belief stuff and I'm talking them over edge, I'm not agree with them because I have enough evidence that I see that their space of where they're operating from is what lacking in their abundance. So are you the thermostat? Or are you the thermometer? Because the thermometer always set their own standard, their own high value thinking, right? And when you're in an environment of a thermometer who's always thinking high value, which is what our community produces, there's no way you can stay and just be the same. No way. No way. So what you're saying to me, Tanya, is you're at the space where you're at the thermostat, right? You're literally adjusting to whatever the environment. If your clients were failing the exam, you're like, oh, it's my fault. You know, if you're not getting a policy written, it's my fault. No one's enough for your training, it's my fault. Instead of you looking at it and saying, no, I will only bring good energy. And when you decide, because Tanya, it's all about a decision, right?
It is. It's all about a decision. It's all about a decision to get out of your own way and believe in that you can do it and that you have something to offer. You really have something to offer and help people with. And once you believe that, you got to believe it. And once you believe it, then go do it. Go do it. And Sherri, I just went and did it. So even though this has all been happening and I have my little group, and at that time, let's see, this has only been 8 weeks. I am now up to over 150 people in the group, right? But what happened last week, or maybe a week or so, maybe 2 weeks, I don't know, I can't remember the days. I had one young lady in the group that needed to pass the test, and she came into a crash course, and I talked to her for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. Her score went from 68 to 79. Boom. I was like, whoa. Oh, wow. Because this state allowed you to see the test. Then I think last Saturday, this lady had a very bad score, a low score. She had taken the test 7 times. 7 times. And so when she showed me her score, I was like, the best I can do is probably get her up to 10 more points. But Sherri, that girl passed that test. I was like, oh, I'm the bomb. I got it. Okay. And that's the way, I mean, just being real, that is exactly how I was acting. Okay.
But no. It is allowed because you just make an impact in somebody's life. It is allowed because you said no more. When I don't show up, if I didn't show up for my clients, if I didn't decide to post and let people know what I do, if I didn't decide to open my mouth when I go to the stores and let people know what I do, if I didn't decide to send an email to my email list and let people know what I do, if I didn't decide to make a 5-minute reel in letting people know what I do, this lady who's been taking the test 7 times would not have passed the test to come into $1 billion industry. It's not about y'all. It's about the people that are attached to you. It's not about Sherri. It's about Tanya and everybody else that is in the group. Every time we shorten ourselves or we discredit ourselves or we cripple our own expertise, we're doing a disservice for the people that we're called to serve. We're not just doing a disservice to them. We're doing a disservice to our family because we're not living in the abundant life that we said we want to live in. We're not showing up with our God. We're literally sinning. Yes, I said it. We're literally sinning because everything that you need is within, Tanya. So let's say you decided not to have this group. Let's say you decided not to have this group. You give me chills. Ugh. Whew. Just think about it. Let's say you decided not to have a group that you help insurance prospect who want to become insurance agent, pass the test. This woman would not have even been able to find you. Come on, y'all. Would not even been able to find you because you're so busy in your imposter syndrome and you're so busy thinking about your toxic traits from when you were a child. You're so in your own feelings, and there are people that you're called to serve and be a steward and go out forth on your mission and your ministry, but you're in your feelings. So this woman who you're called to help, you would not have been able to help her. And let me also add this thing why I wanted Tanya on here. It wasn't even about Tanya. Let me tell y'all, what I saw in Tanya's group was her son helping her. Yes, let me give a shout out to him. Was her son helping the group on quizzing them on the test. And I said, look at mighty God. Look at this God. I'm telling you, I'm like, wow, look at this God. When Tanya decided to show up and be bold in her God-given right, when she decided to magnify her life, her entire family who was attached to her also was able to reap in the abundance. Do y'all see that? I was like, where did he came from? And I was like, wow. We're here talking about Tanya, but what blew my mind was your son. Oh, girl, that gave me chills. That gave me chills, Tanya. It wasn't even about, okay, Tanya making the money. Great. She followed the course. She followed the model. Y'all, it's so amazing. That's great. But then I saw her son with her, working with her on inside of the group. And I was like, whoa, wait, okay. Come through, family. Come through. Yes. There are too many people attached to your anointing for you not to be birthing your anointing. Oh my gosh. It was her son, y'all. That blew my mind. I'm like, oh. Yeah. And it all happened when Tanya made a decision to say yes to herself. Because she didn't say yes to me. She said yes to herself.
As for me and my house, amen.
Oh my gosh.
Amen.
It was her son that who was doing the test with them, who was showing up as well. And I'm like, well, hold up. You see, when you just make a decision to say no more, to say no more, I would not allow. Yes, I've been through some stuff in the past. Yes, my upline is not paying me any attention. Yes, I don't know the courses the way I know, but I will do whatever it takes to show up for the people that I'm called to show up with. Because if I don't do it, who else? Who else is going to do it? And I think that, Tanya, your son was like, I'm like, my God, look at this. Look at this.
He is.
I want to put in chat, why not me? Why not me? It was your son that I'm like, man, I got to get her on this live. Yeah. I got to get her. When I say show up, I mean show up as in showing up as in handling your business, your insurance business, your financial business, your tax business, your accounting business, like you are a true business. Because when Tanya got serious about this business, let me tell y'all something. There's so much I want to unpack, Tanya. We don't even have much time, but I want to unpack this part right here. What y'all don't understand is when I got with Tanya, Tanya was only birthing her gift inside her local area. Remember that, Tanya?
That's
She was
all.
only, and Tanya, listen to me.
That's it.
Jesus, oh my God, oh my God.
I was
I
a wo- I was
God sent angels to see things that you don't see. And
yeah.
when I try to explain to Tanya, like, Tanya, you need to take this bigger. Like, it's not just your local state. You need to take this bigger. And she hear me, but she wasn't ready. And I'll let you talk more about that, Tanya. And listen, it took her a long time to listen. How long? And that's why I love you tonight, because I want to let people know they're not alone. It's
No.
not their fault. They're not alone. You too. And I said, Tanya, you need to take this further. And Tanya's like, I hear you, but kept being burned out. Some of y'all are so y'all have become accustomed to where you are. You are afraid because it's comfortable. Being victim has become so comfortable for you that you're stuck in that. It's like in a relationship that no longer serve you, but you just keep staying in there, staying in there, staying there. And like Tanya, you need, because she needed her weekends back, she needed her days back. Oh my gosh, whoo, Jesus. She needed her time back. And there are people that are placed in your lives to see things that you can't see, but you're making decisions from where you are, and they're telling you, hey, I don't see you here. I
Yeah.
don't see you here. And it was not until she decided, because there's nothing a coach can do till you start believing in your own self.
Right.
Until she decided. Let's unpack that for a little bit, Tonica. When we got together, we got to listen. When I we did an onboarding with Tanya, and we tell her where she is now and where she need to be. She didn't see that for herself. All she wanted to do was stay in her local area, and every week, the weekends that she did her classes, she was missing out on stuff with her family. Let's unpack how there are people right now that when they make a decision, their whole I asked her before we come on, I said, do you realize you're a new person, like your family realize that? Let's unpack, because I'm trying to get to why you
Wow.
decided to say, finally, I'm going to listen.
So, oh wow. Okay. So I decided that I needed to listen. You know how it is, Sherri, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you have all of these other people coming into the joyful tribe, right? And they were going, and all of a sudden they seemed like they were blossoming faster. But I've been with you longer. I should be blossoming too, you know? So what is wrong with you, Tanya? What is wrong? Well, you won't listen. That's what's wrong with you. And
You said
so
it, I didn't.
you you just have to step out. It's almost like you said a minute ago, you know, if you're in a bad relationship, you get sick and tired, and then you finally step out and go and do something else. So let's go and do something for ourselves that we can benefit, and we can help other people doing it. There's something in your brain that just won't let you see it right then. And I guess that's where you are, or that's where we are at that time. But you can't let it slow you down. You can't let work, you can't let bills, you can't let uh, anything else get in your way. You just have to begin to focus. I don't have it in front of me, but I had a notebook like this that I was writing notes and keeping that stuff in there in reference to all the weeks that I would meet with Sherri. And then I've decided to go back and read it. You know, it's like, wow, she's been saying this, and now she's saying the same stuff to other people. Well, why don't I try it?
Mm.
Just go ahead and just step out just a little bit. So 8 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago,
Why is she making $1,000 every week?
8 weeks ago, I decided to start my audience building, okay, and do that. And I'm like, oh well, nobody's probably going to come. You know, nobody's probably going to be in there. Nobody's, you know. And then people started joining. And I'm like, how they get in there? How they find me? Well, Sherri said if you be more out there and you come on Facebook and you tell folks, then they'll come. And I said, well, okay, hey, come on to the ABCs to passing the insurance exam. And people started coming. I was like, ooh, wow. So now I got to come every week, right? So what am I gonna say? I don't. What do I know? Okay, I know one thing that usually has people that fail the test. So I just focus on one thing, right? Sherri, say one thing, one, just one, just one message, one. There's a bunch of ones, okay? And I said, okay, I'm just gonna do one thing. And so one was come live. One was focus on that one message that you were going to have and use one platform.
Wait, hold up. Nah. Who said that? Hold up. You mean I don't have to be on 10,000 platforms? You mean are you kidding me? Are you telling me that I can make $1,000 weeks and $500 days? What would you do with an extra $1,000 weeks, y'all? Right? What would you do right now with an extra? Because this is extra. Remember, so this is not commission. What would you do with an extra $1,000 weeks? What would put in the chat right now? Because you're doing all the things, and listen, for the people who stayed around, because I love y'all so much, y'all stayed around. We're getting ready to wrap up right now. For the people who stayed around, listen, we want to give you a gift because you guys have been sitting in here forever. We want to go ahead and grant y'all a gift because y'all have been sticking around for all this time, getting all this good juices. See, some of y'all said I would invest. I would be doing invest. Invest in what? Invest in what? Because let's be clear. Tanya had to invest first before she even learned the model. But even investing doesn't change your mindset. The only thing this investment do is you're going in groups of people who believe the same belief that you believe. So you don't have a choice. So when you say invest, get clear on what that what would that investment look like? Because oh Jesus, this is so good. This is so good. This is so good. Pay off taxes, mutual funds, stocks. I will be able to breathe. I love that. Leave my job. $1,000 weeks. That's just an extra. We're talking about just a paid forward. A paid forward. Y'all have to stick around, y'all. And I just love this. Tanya, what would you say? Final question. What would you say? Because this is just so amazing. So let's really real quick. Because Tanya decided to follow the model, the Joyful Tribe Builder audience model, right? Because Tanya got out her own way and decided to trust her guide, right? Because she shifted her limited belief system to right and start believing in herself, she's able to accumulate the things that she accumulated. What is the thing she accumulated? Along with the money, she's now working side by side with her son in the insurance space to help other people pass the test and also write her policies. So if y'all are missing this, these are residual income. So it's not, so whether her commission is up here or not, because she has these residual income, it doesn't matter because she always have revenue coming in. Money come to her easily and effortlessly on a consistent basis through multiple resources, right? So you gotta, oh, that's a good one right there. So because she just making one decision of trusting herself brought on all the things, and her son working with her, she's able to follow one platform. She's able to get the information that she desire. So yeah, this is so good. This is so good. And for the people who stick around, I want to give y'all a gift because we're wrapping up right now. I like to keep it 45, but I went over, but it was so good. What do you, Tanya, what do you want to say? What do you want to say to these people who are sitting here on the fence and said, Tanya, I'm next. I got some things, but I'm next. What is a word you want to say to them? What is one thing you can say to them to get them over that hump of shifting their belief system?
My one thing is believe you can do it and get out of your own way. Just walk on faith, period. Close your eyes and walk. Who cares who says something about you? Who cares if they don't like you? Who cares if you ain't cute today? Who cares if your hair ain't right? It does not make a difference. What comes out of your mouth and how you help and are of value to people is all that matters. But if you have no value to people, then okay, you just sell some policies to anybody, go knock on doors. But if you do, share it. We're in this industry because we can make a difference. So, ladies, I'm talking to you. There are the women in this industry. We nurture the entire world. We multiply it, right? It takes women to multiply the world with other human beings. So we are the ones that need to be in this industry helping people, whether it's get policies, helping people understand different things in reference to insurance, or whatever you want to do. If it's lose weight, if it's gain weight, if it's how to cure yourself, it doesn't matter, you guys. You are a value. You, whatever you have to say is a value. You've had that experience. No one else has. So share it. Don't be afraid, and do not wait a year like I did. Please do not wait a year. You can make a difference in someone's life today.
I love it. Tanya, where can people find you?
You can find me at getskillstraining.com, or come into my group called the ABCs to Passing the Insurance Exam.
I love it. Thank you, Tanya. I'm going to remove Tanya for a few minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and reach out to people who stick around. Thank you, Tanya, so much for your time. I appreciate it. And keep winning, baby. Keep winning. All right. So there you have it. Tanya came in and blessed us with her information. Listen, if this is something, I wanted her to come on because I know when we show wins, these are people who are, they're in a 2-3 year win. I just want to show 8 weeks, y'all. 8 weeks. 8 weeks. And all she did was make a decision. And all she did was make a decision. Are you ready to make a decision? Listen, for the people who stick around, I want to bless you. We have a vault that has all our trainings in there. We're holding all our trainings. I want to be able to share that vault with you right now. This training as well is going to go inside of that vault. I want to share my screen with you because I want you to go inside of that vault. We're going to add some trainings in there, free, of course, that we have here. Free training. We have a vault that we're going to add some of our trainings there, and you can go inside. You can go right inside of there, right here, and this is where all our vault is kept. Our replays training vault is kept inside of here. Along with that, I also want to go ahead and also book an audience builder call, because you heard Tanya talking about audience builder. If you want to audit your marketing, go here and click here for audience builder call. It's a 15-minute call. I want to see what you are doing. I want to walk with you and see what you are doing in your business and see what is stopping your sales. Well, now we know half of the time is mindset. We know that. We clear that half of the time is mindset. So we want you to go to the audience builder. We want you to go to the vault right here. Go to the audience builder call right here. And the purpose of this call is strictly to see what is stopping you. Is it your mindset? Is it your belief system? Is it your marketing? Is it your messaging? Is it something that you need to change? Are you not pulling the right audience? Is your message blocking the people that's supposed to say yes to you? Because trust me, your message is what changed people's belief system and raise their hand. So I'm going to go ahead. If this is something that you need, just put me in the chat. Me and Jasmine is here. Jasmine, go ahead and DM you this link, the audience builder link to our vault. This is for you. This is for my way of saying thank you. And not my assistant, I will talk with you and go through your marketing to see what is stopping you from getting the sales that you desire. If somebody with 123 people in their Facebook group can do $1,000 in sale every week for 6 weeks and counting, still doing 8 weeks and counting, there's something that's something there. So I want to be able to help you because you took the time out to listen to Tanya. You took the time out, and y'all, it blew me away. It's not the revenue that pretty much do it, because let me tell y'all something. When you stop chasing money and start chasing your purpose, the money will always come. Let me say it one more time for the people in the back. When you stop chasing money and start chasing your purpose, and I know we're in an industry that talk about sales, all this stuff, sell this stuff, and it got this negative stigma. But when you, and everybody has the same result based on the same strategy. What is the strategy? Stop chasing the commission. Start creating a mission. What is my mission? My mission is for women to learn how to build their credibility, build their community, build their cash flow without sacrificing their family time. I had the opportunity today to spend time with my son on Monday and had lunch with him at his school. When I was a police officer, I was not able to do anything like that. When people are telling my upline, tell me to go chase ads and run on people and door knock in the hot sun, I would not have been able to do that. But I made a decision. That I'm going to build my credibility, build my community of other women who understand this. What do you understand? Start chasing your mission, not your commission. When you learn how to do that, when you learn how to stop chasing those commission and focus on your mission, what is your mission? Write it out. Do you have a mission to change people's lives? What is the mission you have for your ideal client right now? What is that mission? And when you start showing up, doing posts, I went all the way to Arizona telling them about my mission. Like, women, you don't have to door knock. Women, you don't have to worry about having to stand on stage. I'm flying out of town because you know how they get you is, oh, you can win this trip to this place and win that. So, but what if you could get your own trips? You know, your own trips, because we are mothers. You start chasing your mission. You're saying to me, Sherri, what is my mission? Well, and that is a personal for you. What is your experience that you've been through? What is the story of what you've been through that you're ready to say, hey, this will not happen again. My family will know about IULs. My family will know about long-term care. Whatever may have happened to you in your past, whatever may happen to you with your family, you're going to say to yourself, this is not to me again. You're going to say, this no longer will my family go do GoFundMe accounts. No longer will I get a GoFundMe account in the back of my DM. No longer will my family outlive their money. No longer will they not know about this thing. What is your mission? For the people that you call yourself serving, what is that mission? And start writing that mission down. And when you write that mission down, go blast that mission everywhere with a strong call to action. Go blast that mission everywhere, because you have something vital inside of your hand to change the trajectory of your business and change the trajectory on break generation curse. You have that. You have that. So there's no doubt and you're worthy of doing it. Nobody gonna do it like Lisa. Nobody gonna do it like Tanya. Nobody gonna do it like Melanie. Nobody's gonna do it like you. Every person, regardless of what industry you're in, even if you're in the same industry, no one is going to do it the way you do it. And when you start realizing that you're the one that was called to serve, no one is going to do it like Teresa. When you realize that you're in this space for a reason and for a season, and it's not about telling people all the time about write this policy, do this, do that. It's not about that. It's about, you know, that when that person lay their head on that bed at nighttime, they can rest easy. I just lost a coworker who went into one of my ex-coworkers that I work with in law enforcement. He went in just for a doctor's appointment and never came back out. And I missed the funeral because I was in Arizona. But knowing you have a policy that you can't bring that person back, but you can actually help that person get a peace of mind. Now have to worry about, where am I going to bury this person? How are we going to take care of the burial? Or do we have to get on social media and beg for money? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No. I'm going to make sure everyone around me know that I do life insurance. I'm going to make sure everyone around me know that I do taxes. I'm going to make sure everyone around me know these things, because I cannot sit here and go fund a GoFundMe account because I failed to open my mouth because I was worrying about what somebody else said about me. Listen, they need to be prepared to be sick of you. They need to be prepared to be sick of you. That's what they need to do, because it's your job. Listen, if somebody is tired of you speaking about what you do, that's a problem. You ain't got no problem yet. They should be tired of hearing you talk about what you do and who you serve. You're on a mission to save souls from them. And it's even the same people who's talking. Your job is to save them. So we're going to end tonight, but I just want to let you know you are worthy. And when you start knowing that you're on a mission, there's Black Lives Matter mission. There's Martin Luther King mission. There's Mother Teresa mission. When you understand that these mission and these movements are necessary, when you understand that, when you literally understand that you're not all here chasing commission, you're chasing your mission. And you got to get clear on what that mission is, and you keep saying it until people is sick of you. They should be sick of you talking about who you help and who you serve. If nobody telling they sick of you, listen, you're not Beyonce, baby. You better post, you better show up, you better do your live. And if you're saying, Sherri, I need a space where I can do that, not just doing it just to do it, but have a strategy. This is why I want to see what you're doing right now. Just put me in the chat, because we're on a mission, y'all. Because let me tell you, the industry is not made the way the industry of insurance and finance is developed. It's not for women. It's not for women. So we want to disrupt that atmosphere right now, because I don't want a family member. I'm going to get out my feelings. He's going to be talking about me. This person's going to be talking about me. I'll get out your feelings. You don't care who's talking about you. You should be telling somebody 5 times a day. You should be letting somebody know who you are and who you serve. 5 times a day. You should be knowing somebody, meeting somebody, talking to somebody, saying, hey, this is what I do. You don't care how they feel. You don't care what they're going to say. You're not, listen, this is not about being sleazy. It's about when they need you, they can find you. So I just want to thank you for your time. Remember, again, you can make sure that you go to our weekly training vault. This vault will be in there. Somebody said they need to catch a replay. The replay will be inside of our vault. I just showed you our replay vault is going to be in there. When you get to the vault, I'm going to go ahead and with the ones who comment me, Jasmine going to send out to your DM. You just come down here at the bottom of the vault and right here and do your audience builder audit. We're going to go ahead and do that for you, because I thank you sticking around. But let people be prepared to be sick of you. Prepare to be sick of you. Get out your own way, because God has put you here for a reason. And when you decide to say yes to yourself, God aligned the universe to give you everything necessary for you to attract your abundance. When you say yes to yourself, yes to showing up, yes to your mission, God aligned the universe. He stretched out his universe and say, all you got to do is release. All you got to do is release. Stop holding all that negativity inside of you. Release. You got to surrender to your mission. I was talking to a lady this weekend. I said, listen, the reason you're having problems in your life, in your business, and what your purpose is because you're not surrendering to your mission. You know what your mission is, but you are afraid because you don't know if there's money, can you monetize that mission? And I said, God is not going to stop until you surrender to your mission. And I'm gonna tell you right now, surrendering doesn't mean like how much my commission gonna be. Surrendering doesn't mean how much millions you make. Surrendering to your mission is knowing that every time you wake up, you're looking for whose life can you impact? Whose life can you impact? That's what you're waking up for every day. I went over a little bit, but I wanted to bless y'all with that. We thank Tanya for showing up today and showing us love, giving us an example that what happened when she decided to surrender to her mission. We thank her for that and when she surrendered, not just her, but her entire family got on a family business. Her entire family is now part of her business by her surrendering to her mission. Is it time for you to surrender? Go ahead and put me in the chat if you need a marketing audit. That's my way of saying thank you for showing up. God bless. And I'll talk to you later. Have a good night.